Hi, it's Peter, Gregg, Miami, Florida, and welcome to Peter's Kitchen.
Sit back, relax. You are about to watch a Peter Gregg video. Something warm, human, and wonderful happens when you watch Peter Gregg.
This is Peter's Cookies in Peter's Kitchen. I wonder if that makes it special in any way. So this is a conglomeration of my mother's recipe, everyone else's recipe, things I've tried and failed at, and then finally came up with my own recipe. And I've actually never shared it before. So now I'm sharing it. And here we go. I'm going to start with 2 sticks of butter. I'm using Kerrygold unsalted butter. So this is basically a cup of butter. And I have brought it down to room temperature, which makes it hard to get out of the paper. But once you get it in the bowl, back in bowl. That's a movie. Anybody remember what movie that's from? So now I got my 2 sticks of sugar in here, and I am going to put 1 cup of brown sugar and 1 cup of white regular store-bought sugar. And I've got the 2 sticks of the, what is it? Oh, the butter. That's what's, all I had to do was look in here to see. Okay, so now I'm going to kind of like cream the sugar and the butter together. First, I'm going to get it as wet as possible. And I started with one of these things, and I don't recommend that because now I've got to get it all out so that I can stir it up. You know what? I need 2 things. I need a plate, a piatto separacalo, and that is just to put stuff on instead of putting it on the counter. Did I shut that cabinet? Can you tell me? I didn't? Okay, thank you. Okay, so I look to you to give me a hand while I'm in the kitchen. And I'm going to get my really good silicone spatula. Now I'm going to mix the butter and the sugar together. That is much better. You can actually use one of those mixers. What do they call those? KitchenAid, the mixers. But I'm not. I'm just going to mix it in the bowl. So this way you can get yourself 2 sticks of butter, unsalted by the way, in case you're wondering. And a cup of sugar, a cup of brown sugar. Put it in a bowl and mix it. The only thing I recommend is you use a big bowl, a really big bowl. And the reason is, it's going to start getting tall in here in this bowl. Okay, so I am mixing. I just heard a good joke, and I can't remember the whole thing. And I didn't hear it. I heard it on the internet, so it's not my joke. But if I remember it, I'll start telling it to you. But I don't remember the whole thing, just parts of it. But I do remember one thing. It really made me laugh at the end. Okay, so I have put the brown sugar, the white sugar, and I'm going to put 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract and 1 teaspoon of lemon juice. See, I told you I was getting this stuff from other recipes until I finally made my own. So now I'm going to just mix that around a little bit so it's in here, all ready and waiting. Okay. So now I'm going to take a teaspoon of baking soda, not baking powder, but a teaspoon of baking soda, a teaspoon of cinnamon, and I use that Ceylon cinnamon because it's supposed to be healthier, and a teaspoon of pink fine Himalayan salt. Isn't that cool? And this was the brown sugar. Yep, there's still some left in the box. So I'm going to put that in there. Yep, I got it all out. I did that just for you guys that are wearing, you know, the earbuds, the earphones, just to help you hear better. Make sure you're paying attention to what I'm doing in here. Okay, so I got my butter and my 2 sugars, and I've mixed this all up. Put the lime in the coconut and mix it all up. Okay, so now I'm ready to go on to the next step. I got 2 eggs over here. I'll bet you these eggs go in here. So let's check and see. Half a cup. Oh, wait, I didn't get to that part yet. Yes, 2 large eggs. So I'm going to get out of the magic drawers underneath here. I'm going to get an egg. I'm going to kind of semi-beat them and then pour it all over my sugars and all over my vanilla and all over my salt. I'll put this on this side, okay? This way. I try to be a neat cook. A neat cook. Oh, we can welcome our overhead cam. I'm testing a cam to put on the side here. Okay, so now I'm mixing the egg in. Oh, look at that. Now it's starting to get nice and sloppy and goopy and gloopy. I use what they call pasteurized eggs. This is not the same thing as pasture-raised eggs. Pasture-raised eggs means that they were supposedly raised in a pasture. The chickens are allowed out in the pasture, but pasteurized means that they're not cooked, but they brought it down to the right heat to actually kill the salmonella that's in the eggs. I learned that from when my mother and my dad and I was doing hospice for them, and I was kind of got a little weirded out that I didn't want them to get sick because that would make things worse. My mother was fighting cancer and stuff. So I discovered pasteurized eggs. And they're a little bit more expensive. But the main thing I look for with eggs is it's got to have this certified humane seal on the carton. That means that they are giving the chickens certain rules, or the hens or whatever lays the eggs, so that they have more room, because they're all cramped together. They're born and they're squished together, and it's just not humane. So a certified humane on the carton, like Eggland's Best, does not have that on there, and that's the egg I used to get. But Pete and Jerry's does. So those are certified humane. But then there's an egg that's pasteurized, and the best thing to do if you can is to pasteurize your own eggs. If you've got a sous vide machine and you're used to using cooking with sous vide, those of you that have never heard of that, forget about it. It's a whole new way of cooking, and it's got nothing to do with anything I want to teach you now because it'll take forever. But you can pasteurize your eggs for 3 hours at 130 degrees. They still come out clear, they still act like a normal egg, but it will have killed the salmonella. And for sous vide, it's a different way of cooking, and it combines heat and time. And we're not cooking the eggs when we do that. Okay, so what is next on the list? Okay, so I have basically a half a cup of old-fashioned oats, old-fashioned oatmeal, okay? And I put it in the Vitamix to grind it up, to make it into a fine powder. And I mix it in with the flour. So the proper way to do flour is you put it in a strainer and you sift it. And then you put it into your cookies. And so this is sifting it. And after about 20 seconds, it's like, nah, I'm not going to do that. Just dump it in. Okay, these are cookies, dude. We're not going to go sifting and do all that kind of stuff. Now I'm going to gently, so that I don't make a dust storm in here, start incorporating. Cool word, huh? I learned that on the Food Channel. We are incorporating the flour with the sugar and the eggs, meaning we are stirring it up. We're stirring it up until it's all together and done. And I got to get it off of the sides and get it in here. Now this is going to start to make a nice thick cookie batter. And that's all there is to making chocolate chip cookies, except you say, Peter, but where's the chocolate chips? They're right here. I'm going to wait till I get this all mixed up, and then I'm going to add them last thing. And I also have a very special ingredient. This is my vanilla. I already put the vanilla in. I put 1 teaspoon. Is it 1 teaspoon? Yep, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, not baking powder, but baking soda, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and a teaspoon of lemon juice, lemoni. Tavalome lemoni mesado. I talk Greek because my grandparents were Greek. They come from Cyprus and Greece and I don't know where over there. But before I was 5 years old, I couldn't speak English. I was talking Greek because my grandmother didn't speak English. So I learned how to speak Greek. And then when I went to school, I spoke English and I forgot the Greek. So like I couldn't speak Greek now to make complete sentences. Maybe here, maybe there, but nothing that wouldn't make people laugh at me. So this is taking a little bit longer to incorporate than I thought it would. So I'm going to keep stirring it. I'm going to try the tablespoon. Oh yeah, the tablespoon's better. See, it's between mixing and I'm afraid to get flour dust all over the place. Okay, so now it looks like I pulled all the flour off the walls of this bowl. Like that. Okay. Good job, Peter. Good job. So this is my base cookie dough. There we go. And guess what time it is now? It's time for the fun part. Yep, it sure is. Now, I do need to make sure, just so you know, that the chocolate chips are good. So, they're good. 3 cups of chocolate chips. Like that. This is not a job in some kind of a kitchen or something. This is my own kitchen. So, all this business of being ultra careful and everything, the only thing that I am ultra careful of is cleanliness and contamination. We don't want that. We don't want anybody to get sick. So I have a 350 degree oven running, warming up, which is important. A lot of people don't realize the importance, and I didn't either, to be perfectly honest with you, of preheating an oven properly. When you preheat an oven properly, it makes the walls all hot, and it makes everything in there take on the temperature, kind of like the same way your refrigerator works. You think the refrigerator is pumping out cold air? No, it isn't. It makes everything in it really cold, and then that radiates the cold to keep the whole box cold. And that's why you get yelled at, don't stand there with the refrigerator door open. Okay. All right, so that's it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take an ice cream scooper. Look at that! I just happen to have one handy. A handy ice cream scooper. Let's make it look better over here. And I'm going to take... Now, if you wanted to, you could refrigerate this for like 20 minutes. If you had a bowl that was a little smaller than this, and then put it in. But I'm going to take an ice cream scoop, and I'm going to basically fill it. Let's switch sides, so that this way my other camera can pick it up too. So we're going to put one here. Going to put one here. I'm going to put one here. Going to put one here. Actually, this one's a little bit close. Okay, so now I'm going to go put this in the oven. And what does the recipe said? I would say 14 to 16 minutes, okay? So I'll be back in 14 to 16 minutes, and then you can actually see what the cookies look like, and we'll even do a taste. Yeah, we'll do a taste. I'll be right back. All right, I'm a-waiting. I got my glass of milk, because you always have to have milk to go with your chocolate chip cookies, right? Guess what? Guess what? The cookies are ready. The cookies are ready. Send Paul Revere out to tell people the cookies are ready. All right, let's turn this off. Let's go in the oven. Hot in here. So we got them. Okay, using the pot holders and close the oven. And look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, dear Lord, beautiful, beautiful cookies. My goodness, these are the best cookies in the whole wide world. Now, don't you go changing this recipe around, okay? Make them first the way I told you, and then you can start changing it. Because these cookies look absolutely awesome. All right, let's release them from the paper. That one got loose. That one's loose. Okay, that one's loose. Okay, we got 4 loose cookies. Can I pick them up yet? Not bad. I think I can. Okay, yeah, I can hold it. Okay, so I am going to cut this one. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh, look at that. Gooey. And yet the outside is crisp, crisp, crisp. I can tap on it. All right. Look at that cookie. Isn't that a beautiful cookie? Can you see it? Okay. Let's taste it first. Wait, I better take another bite just to make sure. Okay. This is milk dipping good. This is the best chocolate chip cookie in the world. If you have a different opinion, you get your own YouTube channel and make your own cookies. Oh, look at that. I am just dipping that in the milk. Left side, right side, upside, downside. Oh my God. Oh dear Lord. Like Andre would say, holy moly. Andre, you're going to love these cookies. The chocolate chips went into the milk. Absolutely the best cookie you ever wanted to see. Now you know why I got the rooster chin? Too many chocolate chip cookies. All right, guys. This is the best chocolate chip cookie I have ever had. I was just saying that to my friend Jonathan. Jonathan, you need to try these cookies. Andre, you need to try these cookies. Who's Andre and who's Jonathan? He's friends with Julian. Julian, you need to try this cookie. It's awesome. Justin, Gladys, you would love these cookies. Peter, Carrie, you can't believe how good these cookies are. Look, 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 look. Look how beautiful. Right, Peter? They're gorgeous. Just gorgeous. Osvaldo, Margarita. I can't tell you everybody's name. Okay? Write me a comment. Tell me your name. I might use your name in a future video. But if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I want you to subscribe. I want you to be a part of Peter's Kitchen. Something warm, human, and wonderful happens in Peter's Kitchen. Something warm, human, and wonderful happens in Peter's Kitchen. So please subscribe. I'll catch you later. World's best chocolate chip cookies. Bye.
Something warm, human, and wonderful happens when you watch Peter Gregg.